Welcome back to Just Scribble. I thought I would hop on and share with you guys the newest addition to my planner lineup. I actually shared a little bit about this on Instagram in a post, and then I did a little reel, and then I also put that as a short here on YouTube. But I wanted to hop on and do a little bit of a more detailed video with you guys to talk to you guys a little bit about my newest planner edition, which is my new wellness planner. Talk to you guys about how I have it set up, how I came up with the setup, and then what I might be changing and why. Kind of a lot of things, but I thought we would just kind of chat a little bit. Over the years, I've done a lot of different setups for health and wellness and weight loss and tracking food and exercise and all of those kinds of things. And sometimes those systems worked really well. Sometimes I wanted them to work really well, but it really wasn't the right system for me. Like I have it handy, hold on. Like last year for 2023, I used the PAL planner, and that was like my health and wellness planner for a little bit of the year, but it really wasn't the right fit for me. I actually think this is a great planner for health and wellness, depending on what you need for your health and wellness. But for me, this setup just really didn't work. There are actually a lot of really good health and wellness planner options, and maybe I should make a list and do a video one day and share with you guys like my ideas of what some great options are for health and wellness planners. But at the end of the day, it has to be something that works for you, that works for all the pieces of health and wellness and or weight loss that you need, and that just kind of clicks. That gives you that motivation and really inspires you to focus on you. And when I started out 2024, I actually wasn't going to have a true health and wellness planner. I do have my wellness journal, which I set up, and I do have a video on that, sharing that setup in detail. That is in a Haru horizontal planner. That isn't like a daily planner or a tracker or anything like that. It is really a journal. And the reason I went with that is because I knew I needed a dedicated space to just journal a little bit every day about my wellness and my weight loss journey and all of those types of things. And I wanted it to be like a dedicated journal space. And I opted not to set up a health and wellness planner because honestly, I didn't have a good idea of what I wanted and what I needed and what would work. And I thought I could just kind of wrap that into my everyday carry. And so I could track my food in my everyday carry. I could check off some habits in my everyday carry. And I would have one thing that I was carrying and one thing that I was focusing on. But I found that that really didn't work for me for a couple of reasons. One is that it takes up a lot of space. So if your everyday carry planner has like all of your plans and your to-dos and all the things that run through your head that you need to remember, and you want to do a little bit of micro journaling so you don't forget things that you want to journal about, and you want to keep track of Happy Mail and things for your YouTube channel and things for kiddo school and all of that, and then you want to add in meal tracking and habit tracking and all of that, it's a lot to fit into something that you can carry around and toss in a bag. And so part of it was space. Part of it is the fact that I really don't like mixing my journey in with my planner because they're separate. My planner is just a very functional, get things done, don't forget things, make sure that all of the random things and tabs that are open in my brain are down on paper. But the wellness planner or health planner, weight loss planner, whatever you want to call it, that needed to be all about me. And I don't really want it kind of mixed in with all of that other stuff. It almost gets lost and I guess kind of doesn't seem like a priority and doesn't seem special or like I'm giving it the attention that it deserves. I hope that makes sense. And I know that I really need to put a lot more focus on my health and my weight and my wellness and all of those types of things. And I need to make that a priority. It needs to be something that is a central focus of every single day. And one of the ways for me to do that is to have a place that makes me excited to go in and document all the things. What I'm eating, my movement, make sure that I'm following the plans that I need to be following, that I'm getting my vitamins and my fruit and my water and all those kinds of things. And so it needs to be something that really sparks something in me that makes me want to kind of touch it and get in it every day. And I wanted it to kind of be special. But I also knew that it needed to be something that didn't require a whole lot of work. As much as I like the idea of setting up something from scratch and you doing like a bullet journal or something like that, it's super flexible and all of that, it also requires time to set it up. And I don't really have that time in my day. And as much as I enjoy the setup part, and that would be a really good self-care thing for me to spend the time to set it up, I need to spend that time using it or working out or meal planning or meal prepping, not setting up weekly, daily, monthly, whatever pages in a planner for my wellness. So I started thinking about what my options were of things that I had that I could use as a wellness planner. And so originally I thought that I could take my Crefective paper planner that I have as one of my EDC options that I'm not really using as my EDC right now. I may use it at some point, but I thought, well, that would actually work probably okay as my wellness planner, but it would require me to do some stuff to the pages to kind of set it up. So I didn't know if I wanted to do that. Then I thought about using the sterling ink because I like the paper better because it's Tomoe River paper, but it's still the same thing. I would have to set things up and I would kind of have to modify it the way that a lot of people use a Hobonichi Weeks for health and wellness. And although I think it works great, there's a lot I would want to do to it every single week, and that would take time. So then that got me thinking about the Papertess Weekly Planner and the layout that it has, and how I've always thought that it is really the perfect layout for health and wellness because it's already got a skeleton set up and then you can adjust it for what you need. And I had one of her standard size TN inserts in that layout already. It's undated. I had bought it when she launched her TN inserts. So I decided that I would test that out and see what I thought. We are going to flip through this and I'm going to go into more detail, but I wanted to kind of give you some background on how I got here before we talk about what might change. So what I did was I took that insert, and I'll show you a blank spread. So it looks like this. It has like a graph section here. It has your days of the week there. They're not dated, but they do have the days. Then it has this section over here that's grid. So these are blank, and then these are grid. And then it has this section over here that has no labels here. So you could use this for anything. I think it's supposed to be for tracking your day, like keeping track of when you're at work and when you sleep and that kind of stuff. But it had no labels, and so you could use this for whatever you want. And then it had these sections here, this section here, and then this grid section here. So what I did was I made a copy of this. Well, actually, before that, I made notes. I brought all this stuff so I could show you guys what I did and how I got from A to Z, or hopefully I'm explaining how I got from A to Z. But the first thing I did was I made a list of all the things that I might want to track in my wellness planner. So I made notes that I wanted to track food, movement, symptoms, my vitamins, prescriptions, my water, my meal plan, like rules for my plan that I have, sleep, steps, mood, gratitude, potentially high-low. Not all this made it in to the planner, just saying, but these were things that I thought of. Migraines, back pain, my AM and PM skin routine, flossing, whitening my teeth, inspirational quotes and stickers. And so I made this list of the things that I thought I should be focusing on every week and that I should be keeping track of. And then I made a copy of this layout and I started playing with how I could set this up to encompass all of this, or almost all of this. Pretty much everything on here made it into the final spread except for gratitude, because that's already in my wellness journal, so I didn't need it twice. And the high-low, because the high-low is kind of already in my micro journaling in our main planner. It's also kind of already in my wellness journal, and it didn't really fit, and I didn't think it was necessary in here. But I started playing with it to figure out like how I could use it. And so I laid some stickers down in the first week, which I'll show you in a second, which is what you can kind of see here. And then I kind of played with how I could set this up. They're all pretty similar, but I kind of tweaked it as I went. So I decided that this section right here would be for my daily check-in, just like a little sentence or two about my day. I would have a place to track my water for the day, my meal planning for the day. I could have a place for like my focus for the week or motivational quotes up here. Then this would be like a tracker section. So I could track like the rules for my plan. I could track whether I'd had veggies, that kind of thing. I could do a sleep and step tracker. I thought about building this as a tracker, then I didn't like that, so I crossed it out. A section of like things I could do for my wellness, so I could make sure that I don't forget to do things, because sometimes I forget to do things for myself. A place for workout tracking, a place for symptoms, and then like another tracker down here. So I pretty much did that same layout on each of these pages. I just kind of moved things around and thought about different ways that I could use different sections. So I thought about doing my step and sleep like this, so they were kind of separated. I could mark like in a bar chart, like the steps and the sleep that I got. And I played with how I could divide up some of the trackers up there. And then I kind of rewrote these things over here so that I could make sure I found a spot for them on there, and kind of played with it a little bit more. I decided that I kind of liked the idea of doing like a chart like this for my sleep and my steps and kind of layering them on top of each other. Then I put my symptoms here, then I had supplements here, and then activity there, and then flip-flop that. And so I went through a couple of iterations of this, iterations of this. It kind of came up with what I thought would be a good way to use it, and I set up my first week and I started using it, and I really liked it. And then I tweaked it a little bit, so you'll see the second week is a little bit different, but I've been using it now for 2 weeks and I really like it, so it seemed like a good time to share, especially because I might be changing it a little bit, and I wanted to talk to you guys about that. So that's kind of the background of like why I set up a wellness planner, why it's separate from my other planner, why I chose to use the Papertess, because it wouldn't require me to do as much work for setup. A lot of it's already kind of like the skeleton's already there and all of that. So we're going to flip through it, and I'm going to kind of show it to you guys and then talk to you guys about the things I haven't done any that I'm planning on doing, and then the change that I think I'm going to make as well. But first, I thought I would just show you what I have it in. So this is a traveler's notebook cover from Woozy. So it is this like waxed, I think it's called Ghost Wax, I think. But it's a pink traveler's notebook cover. I do have an unboxing of this. I love it. It's so nice. But as you use it, the wax will come off, and then this will change color. You can even see kind of where the elastic goes there, how it's already coming off. And so the more you use this, the more the color is going to change, and then it will deepen and darken, and it's going to be like a beautiful pink color. So I have it in this traveler's notebook. It's a single strand traveler's notebook. And then I have an adhesive pocket here. This is from the Travelers Company, and I have like one of the secretarial version ones over there. I don't have anything in them, obviously. And then I'm using the Lauren Phelps Design Traveler's Notebook sleeve in this so that I could have a thick notebook and other inserts, but I did it a little different than I shared in my videos. So I put the TN sleeve, that's what this, let me take this out so you can see it. This is the TN sleeve that allows you to hold 4 inserts in your traveler's notebook without using a jump band, or allows you to put a thicker notebook into your traveler's notebook. But I put it up on the short elastic instead of putting it on this elastic, so it does pull a little bit there, but I don't mind. But it's really stable that way, and it allowed me to utilize the main elastic for something else. And so what that's allowed me to do is put, this is from the Coffee Monsters Co., it's allowed me to put an insert here, and then on that center elastic here, I have a wallet insert, which is from Odd Girl Journals. I don't have anything actually in it right now, but I wanted to have it in there partly because I just love it. Like, it makes me happy. It brings me joy. So even if I'm not using it for anything, it brings me joy, and I need that in my wellness planner. So I have that on the elastic, and then inside that, like in the actual wallet insert, then I have my Papertess insert inside there. So my Papertess insert is on the elastic, and then the wallet insert is wrapped around there, and then behind there is that TN sleeve, so that I have an insert here, and then I have a thicker notebook over here from Planner Monkey Co. And then I still have access to the card pockets that are in there, which I don't have a lot in there yet because I haven't like fully gone through and decorated this, but I did put a little planner card here and then a card here that I got from Marshmallow Studio. So I have that in there, and that's my setup, and it works really well, and it feels really good in the hand, and I have everything in there that I want, and nothing moves around. I just really like it. So that's kind of how I have this set up. So this first insert is kind of the intention behind it is to be kind of a collections insert. I've had this insert from the Coffee Monsters Co. for a while. It's a dot grid insert, and I just haven't used it, but I thought that the rainbow and the emojis, they were really cute, and I thought it looked cute with this, and it looked cute with the pink cover. So that's what I put here. And I threw down a sticker here. I'm going to put like a quote sticker or layer some stickers here, some sort of, you know, motivation, make me happy kind of page there. And then I made a page for breakfast, lunch, and snacks, and I just highlighted across like roughly to make like rows. And I'm just making a list of ideas for those meals. So this is going to be my breakfast ideas, and when I fill up this page, I can go to this side and highlight, and I'll have like 2 pages of breakfast ideas. And then this is my lunch ideas, which obviously I haven't gotten very far with, but the same thing. So this is lunch, and then I can continue on to this page, and then this is for snacks, and then I can continue on to this page. This page, I just stuck this like really pretty flower down and this little like flaggy sticker. I was gonna write like my plan, like the rules I'm supposed to follow for eating, my plan, like my eating plan rules there, and then I can just use the other pages for whatever I want. Like I could put workout plans or websites to check out for workouts or for recipes, things like that. And so this is kind of like a collections insert. That's the purpose of that. The wallet insert, like I said, is because it makes me happy. That's really the only reason. But I thought that I could keep, like in the pocket, I can keep some paper clips, stickers, like die cut stickers and things that I might want to use. So I can keep that in there. And I could put sticky notes inside here, and then I could decorate this, or I could stick washi cards so that way I have a washi card with me for drawing straight lines or for tearing washi, stuff like that. So that's kind of, this would be kind of for just planner storage. And then this is the main insert that we're going to check out in a second, and then it has the secretarial pocket back here. Don't really have a purpose for that. And then this planner monkey coat insert, I was kind of use kind of like a bullet journal commonplace. Well, I don't really exactly know how to explain it. I thought it could be a combination of things. It could be actual recipes and like products that I like and information about them so that I have it readily available. So it's kind of like right there. So a little bit like the collections, but in more detail, I guess. And then I could also do micro journaling in here if I wanted to. I could keep doctor notes in here if I wanted to. So a little bit of an extension of the actual like planner, but where it's separate so that if this fills up, I can then get a new one. Or when I move out of this, because this is like a 6-month insert, I don't have to rewrite all of this stuff. So kind of keeping it all separate. That was kind of the plan. So that's what this is for. I haven't done anything with this, but stick it in here. But that's kind of the plan. But this is really like the meat of it. Like this is the main part, and all this other stuff is to have everything kind of in one place. So I don't always have to be getting on my phone and looking things up, and so I can remember things and have everything readily available. So this is the Papertess standard in her weekly layout. So this is the layout that she has her week's planner in. And I wasn't really a big fan of the cover. I wanted something a little bit more fun. It's like army green color. It's fine, but it wasn't very happy, I guess. And so I wanted to cover it. So I have these clear covers that I got on Jet Pens. They don't have them anymore. I hope that they bring them back. They fit on your traveler's notebook insert, so you can put like decorative paper over it, or so you can protect your cover. So I found this paper in my stash that just had like, it was white, and then it's actually like embossed or something, and it has like a little bit of a sparkle, but it had these little black marks on it, and I thought it was fun. It kind of pulled out the black from the Tokidoki and the zipper wallet, and it was just kind of plain, but also kind of, I don't know, fresh. And then I have this sticker from Paper Echoes that I love. It actually has holographic foiling on it, but it's probably not going to pick up on the camera. But it's this little cat with an Oreo, which I thought was funny. So I put that there. That way I would have like a cover that I liked. And then on the inside, I layered some stickers here. So I have a year sticker, my name, and then this is from Amber Plans Her Day, I think, from a sticker book I have from her. And then this is from Marshmallow Studio. It says one step at a time. So I put that there. And then when you open it up, you have 2 grid pages. So this is where I was planning to put a vision board. I haven't done it yet, but I did put a little transparent sticky note to remind myself that that's where my vision board goes. And then this first week in here, I actually used as part of this process. Like as I was kind of coming up with these ideas, I made notes to myself on transparent sticky notes, and I kind of laid them on the page in the areas where I thought I might put stuff. So this is kind of the roadmap of how I wanted to set this up. It's not perfect, and it's not necessarily how it's going to stay or how it stayed, but it is kind of how I got there. And so I decided that I would leave that there. And so the first opening week, I'm not actually using it. I'm just keeping it like this. And then when you turn the page, this is the first week that I used the planner, and this is how I had it set up. And it's very much like the papers that I showed you, like the sample ones. So this is where I have my water tracking and my check-in. This is my food log. These were my food goals, my step and sleep tracker. I didn't really have a purpose for this section, so I just put a sticker down that kind of matched the rest of the stickers that I had put on the page. I have like a well-being section here, a workout section here, a symptom tracker section here, and then a tracker for like my skincare and weighing in and my vitamins and stuff like that. And then I put a word of the week and then an affirmation sticker there where I wrote I am capable, and that is how the first week looked. And I really like it. I like that everything is tracked here. Everything has its own place. I still have some color and some stickers so that it makes me happy when I look at the page, but at the same time it's super, super functional. So I did make a few changes when I went into the next week, which is the current week that I'm filming this video on. So I did move this stuff up here and some of this stuff down here, but overall it's the same like layout. And I went with some different stickers. It's also a great way to use up some random pieces of stickers I have from like Happy Planner sticker books. I just kind of pulled in some stickers and some highlighters, but it's the same basic thing. So I have my check-in and my water tracker. I have my food log, my routine and goals here, my step and sleep. I haven't drawn the lines because I have to finish filling that out. A sticker here because once again, I didn't really have a purpose for this section. I don't know that I will never have a purpose for this section, but for right now, I didn't really have a need for it. So sticker there. And then my well-being stuff there, workout, symptoms. And then this is the pieces that I took from here, like on this week. I moved them up here and then I put parts from here down here. So I just kind of swapped them. And so that is what the next week looks like. And then I've actually already pre-decorated the next 2 weeks. So I haven't written any of like the word parts. So I will write check-in, food log. I'll fill this out and like highlight there in a color that kind of coordinates. I'll write workout and symptoms and I'll list my well-being stuff. But this is how it will be decorated for the week of Valentine's Day. I decided to add a little more deco over here. Like I'm taking up some of the writing space just because this is Valentine's Day, and so I decided that it would be okay. So I added a little more deco. I don't want to normally put a whole lot of deco in this because I need all this space, but I put that there because it seemed like a special week. And I think all of this, yeah, all of these stickers right here, they're from a Happy Planner sticker book, or yeah, I think one Happy Planner sticker book. And then this is the next week. I did write the headers in, but I haven't done anything else. Like I haven't drawn the line across because I did draw, like I continued this line across because on here it doesn't go all the way across. And so I want this to be Monday, this to be Tuesday, this to be Wednesday. So I'll draw that line across. And I haven't dated it yet on this one or this one, but this is how I decorated the next week. So I have it all ready to go, and each week kind of has its own like colors, and I really like it. I think that it is a great layout for wellness. So this is what I'm using as my wellness planner, and I'm really enjoying it. But like I said, I am thinking about changing it up some for a couple of reasons. Well, I guess I'm trying to figure out how to explain this so maybe it makes sense. It probably won't make sense. In my head it makes sense. So I am going to change this, but I'm not going to change it. I am still going to be using this insert, just not all the time, because I actually bought the week's size book when she restocked them, and I bought the undated one on purpose because I like the way the undated one is set up. I like that this part up here doesn't have a mini calendar, it's just the grid. So the standard TN undated and the undated in the weeks, they're identical. They're exactly the same. If you get the dated in the weeks, there's like a mini calendar up here. I think that might be the only difference, but I lose this space that I want to use for decor or have a place to make a note or something like that. And so I really wanted to be able to have like the full blank slate. I also wanted it to be undated because I'm not going to be using the monthlies as actual monthlies, and because I wanted to be able to start this at any time, because obviously I'm not starting this in January. But I bought this for a couple of reasons. One is there is something I just really love about the 52 GSM Tomoe River paper, which is not what this is. And so the tactile experience of this paper, I really love. I also like the idea of having like my whole year kind of, I guess I'll be short a couple of weeks unless I back plan in here. But I like the idea of having basically the entire year in here, so it's kind of all together. The other reason is because it's a little bit smaller, so it's a little bit more portable for me to keep with me all of the time. So I decided that I would get this. It's going to be the same basic setup. Well, in the weeks, it's going to be the exact same setup. It's a little bit smaller, but it's going to be the same setup. Like, I'm going to use it in the same way. I'm going to have like everything in here instead of having like all these sections. And I decided to do that because I like the book bound. I like the 52 GSM tomoe paper. I like that this is a little bit smaller, and I really enjoy like using my Aura Still weeks in January. I really enjoy like the experience of flipping the pages, the sound, the feel, all of those kinds of things. And because that brings me a lot of joy, and it just really, I don't know, it just really feels good to me. I want that in my health and wellness planner. So I decided that I would buy this and use this, but I'm still going to use this sometimes. So this is going to be my wellness planner, and I'm going to take what I did in here and I'm going to move it into here, and I am going to set this up, and I will, maybe I'll do, yeah, we'll do a flip through. I'll get it set up and we'll do a flip through of like how I have it set up. But basically all the sections that are in here are going to go into this book. But I do want to use standard size some as my everyday carry this year because I'm really actually liking it. Like I'm liking the size, I'm liking the inserts, I'm liking the setup. I really love the way that my Sterling ink swatch book feels like in my hand. So what I decided was that one of my everyday carry options for this year is going to be a standard TN, and when I have everything for it, I will do a setup video and we will go through how I'm going to set it up. But when I carry that as my everyday carry, I'm going to carry this insert in it. That way I don't have to carry both of them, and this one will stay home, and then I'll just kind of transfer the stuff into this. So this will be like my hub wellness planner, but there will be times when maybe I won't carry this and I'll just carry this insert with my everyday carry just to kind of simplify things and have everything in one place. It'll also help me kind of figure out if I like this better or if I like this better. I like the idea of this better, like the book bound version of it better, but I like the traveler's notebook in that I can carry like my planner, like my planner, like my everyday carry planner and my wellness together, so everything's together even though they're in separate books, so that I can still keep this separate so that it's got like this importance and this special focus that's just about me, that's not muddled with everything else, but it's also only one thing to carry. I really hope that makes sense. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but that is my plan for this. So I am going to set this up. I'm waiting for a clear cover to come for it, and I need to figure out like how I want to set it up, and I will do a setup with you guys. But in the interim, I am going to keep using this because I'm going to take this stuff from here and put it in here when I first get this set up, just so that I have everything complete in one book. But also it'll be a good test on the change in size, because maybe I'll hate this and I like this size better, and then I'll just stay in this because I do like this. I just kind of like the idea of the smaller, more portable, like book bound. But in here I was gonna say, so like say I hadn't bought this, or say I decide I don't like this and this becomes my everything, this would be my collections, and then this would be my wellness planner, and then this would be that sort of like commonplacey doctor's notes, all that kind of thing. If I wanted to, I still have room in here to carry or to add my personal planner. So I still have this slot here where another insert can go, and then I still have this slot here where another insert can go. So I can put my monthly planner here. I can move this collections if I wanted to, and I can put my daily, weekly planner here, like my everyday carry planner here, and I can move this to the back here, and so I can still have everything together if I wanted. And I also want to say, like, if you were going to do a setup like this, maybe you don't want the collections and like the commonplacey kind of book with it, and you just wanted this as your wellness. This is a great wellness. There are pages in the back where you can do some other things, so I thought I would talk to you about what I was going to do in here for that, that I don't know if I'm still going to do in here, but I came up with a plan, so I thought I would share. So like I said, this is going to be a vision board, and then I have all of these weeklies. There's no monthly in here. I didn't feel a need for a monthly. But then in the back, there's, let's see, 8 pages, grid pages, and this is a 6-month insert. So what I thought I would do was I would set up some trackers in the back for like long-term stuff. So I thought I would do a weight tracker, 6 months worth of weight tracker back here. I hadn't figured out exactly how I wanted to do it. I was gonna probably look at my Dandelion Diaries and her trackers in the back, because she did some really awesome trackers in hers, and maybe leverage off of that. But what I was thinking was I would have like 1 through 31, like for January down, and I would have my weight. And so this page would be just like the data, and then this page would be a line chart of my weight loss, so that I could see over time. So I could have January through June here and the weight throughout each month, and then over here I could chart it on a chart and see like the trend. And then I had this here as a strength plan, but that really would go into this collections, because that was before I had this, so I probably wouldn't put that there. I'm not sure what I would use it for. And then this would be another tracker, so to track blood results. So I may use 4 pages for blood results depending on things that I'm tracking. And then the last 2 pages I didn't have a plan for, but just a place to kind of track to see the whole 6 months, like how things had changed. Important things like measurements, weight, and blood draw results for like my vitamin D is low, so tracking my vitamin D. And so I thought that's the perfect thing to put at the back of this are these 6-month trackers, so that I can see all 6 months at a glance and the results and kind of see how it's changing. So that's what was going to go in the back of here. So if you were looking to do something like this, that's a great thing to do in here. But I can also do that in here. So the setup in here would be pretty much the same, except that in the front it has these like perpetual calendar pages like that. So I thought my tracker for my weight could go here, and so I could put a picture of myself at the top, and then the 1 through 31 for January, 1 through 29 for February, and I could post my weight. And then in the back page I could do a graph if I wanted to, but this has the 12 months of those pages. And then it goes into monthlies that I don't plan on using as monthlies. I planned on kind of using these as collections. So I thought about using these pages the same way I was using this. It's just that it would be like in a monthly format. So I would have breakfast written here, and then I would have space here to write this many breakfast ideas. And then I could do lunch, and then I could do snacks. And then of course there's 12 months in here, so if I wanted to do extras, I could. But then I could do one, and it could be like a strength plan, and it could have a strength training program for the month. Or I could do one that would be like my workout routine, and then I could plot out the days that I plan to do cardio versus the days that I plan to do strength, kind of like my ideal workout routine. And so I thought I would use the monthlies for things like that, and so not actually date them or use them as real monthlies, but instead use them as sort of collections reference pages. And then the weeklies would be the same setup. And then in the back would be where I would put that sort of commonplace information. So recipes and products that I like and doctor's notes and things like that. And I think there's plenty of pages to do that. There's 235 pages, and I don't need a page per day or anything like that. So I think it's plenty of pages for that, and everything would be in one book. I think that's the plan. So the plan is to keep using this until I get this set up, share this with you guys, use this, but occasionally carry this instead of this, and then I'll just transfer stuff so I have like a permanent, like all year thing that I can flip through and have like the whole year in one place. But that is my very chatty, long explanation of my wellness planner. I'm really excited about it. I really like it. I think this is the perfect wellness planner. Like I said, I think there's quite a few planners that are really great if you need a wellness, health, weight loss planner, tracker, journal, book. I think there's lots of good options, and I definitely could share the ones that I think are the best. If you guys wanted a video on that at some point, I could do that for you guys. But this one for me is, I think, the best because it requires the least amount of work and setup on my part, but it has all the space for all the things that I need to track and also need to remind myself to do, like drink my water and take my vitamins and do my skincare and floss my teeth and all those kinds of things. Not necessarily all just about like weight loss and like diet, but also just overall focusing on me and taking care of me. That is my video sharing my newest addition to my planner lineup. I didn't intend on adding a planner to my lineup, but I think this is a really good addition, and I think it's something that was missing that I really needed. And I can tell you that since I've been using this, I have been making better choices and I have been more focused on me, and I've been inspired and excited. My nutritionist is really excited about it. My doctor's excited about it, and I just think it's really good for me, and it's something that I really need. So that's my video. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to put them down below, and I will definitely get back with you. Make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss future videos, and don't forget to just scribble.